Hey guys, what's going on? Sorry about the technical difficulties. My Skype decided it was going to be a good pal and just crash on me, and it didn't really tell me why. It was just like, Skype stopped working, so good luck, have fun with that. So I had to go offline, adjust the cameras and everything like that, and get it all situated. But we are back and we are ready to go, and we are doing character histories now, which we were talking a little bit offline, saying this is probably the most developed part of the game in terms of really finding out a lot about the characters' relations with each other, and so on and so forth. So I believe we were going in order with starting with Blackbird. So Blackbird, let's hear your history. Yep. Mhm. Okay. Cash is most attractive. Okay. And Cash, do you have any modifiers that would change that for any reason? Okay. Cool. All right. So this is going to be Blackbird plus 3. Okay. Okay. And does anybody have modifiers on their history that would change that? So Dingo. Okay, so you're Blackbird plus 1, and for your Gunlugger, um, okay, Gunlugger, you're straightforward. So your history with Blackbird is plus 1. Okay. So, and that all falls, I guess, in line with what we were talking about on the first uh, hour and a half or so, with the whole you guys do, a little bit of the bodyguarding deal, so you know who Blackbird is. You've interacted with her. Yeah. Oh.
Dear.
How about
Uh-oh.
now?
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, everything should be good. If that's the case, we may have to repeat the history divvies, but thankfully we didn't get through too much of it.
He
Cool.
said, there we go.
Perfect. Sorry,
So,
that was my bad.
Hooray.
Um, great. So, hi guys, welcome back. I was saying that Skype crashed and that it was a POS and it hates me, but we're back in business now, and we were going to go over character histories. So, actually, Blackbird went over hers, but we will have her do it again. Um, so, go nuts. Oh, was there? I meant to ask you too. When you were going over the history, was there um, those little modifiers? So I know we go over the numbers piece of it, but it's like that. What is it that I guess gave you the history? I guess is that what
Sure
that's?
thing. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So, one of my history options is I get to choose the character that I find the most
Oh, that's
attractive,
right. Yes.
and I chose Cash for that.
Hmm.
So I imagine because Cash does odd jobs for me and sometimes helps guard Nepenthe, that explains where the history comes from and why I might feel that way.
Hmm.
And then I tell the other characters HX plus 1, which for the Gunlugger would obviously be because he works with Cash. And for Dingo, I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. Um, so I know that the work is part of that history, but you said you find him attractive. What about him is attractive to you, Blackbird?
I think there's something about his mannerisms that reminds me of the person I loved and lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just
Awesome.
something about the way he carries himself and the way he moves.
Got that swagger.
Yep. I guess so.
Perfect. All right, cool. Dingo, tell me about your history with the characters and explain a little
Yes.
bit.
Go around again for a hex on your turn.
Hmm.
One of the characters helped you do something terrible once. Tell that player hex +2. Tell everyone else hex +1. I would say Raphael helped me once to do something terrible.
Okay.
So he saw me in that dark alleyway, struggling with a dead body. Yeah, I tried to throw it into the garbage container, and he helped me out with it.
Raph-
And I was so thankful I didn't even try to kill him.
wow. Uh, Raphael, are you all right with that story? I read your lips because you said you were cool with it, but you're muted.
Yes, my mic is on now. There we
Thank
go.
you.
There we go. I'm cool with that. That's pretty much how it went down.
All right. Cool. What did you think? What did you think when you first saw the body? I mean, you saw this guy over there with this
Thought,
crazy ass looking
well,
mask.
First of all, I was like, well, this guy looks like he could use some help, right?
So you're altruistic all of a sudden.
Yeah. And I was like, yep, this is one big fucking body, man. This is a two-man job, and I'm gonna help him because maybe it'll come back to me one day. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, you've already got it paid in full. You
Nice.
didn't get killed, right?
Oh yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. So that's that. We have you said the other players get +1.
Everyone gets +1.
All right, so Cash, you got +1 with Dingo.
Actually, +2 because I add
Oh.
+1 to everything.
Correct. That's
As
right.
do I, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Okay. Wow. So I guess should explain. So if anybody here hits +4 history with somebody, they reset it, and it goes back to +1, and you would mark experience that way. So just as an FYI. So you're +2 to Dingo. All right, perfect. Okay, Cash. Let me know about your history with the other people here.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right. So one of them once faced down dedicated violence to get me out of a fix. And actually, this might be a little weird, but I'm thinking it was Dingo. Like I'm thinking, I got into a bad fight and was like pretty like fucked up and laying there almost unconscious, and then Dingo kind of came through and like kind of just took it as a free for all and took out everyone who had previously just like taken me down.
Mm-hmm.
But thought that I was already dead, so he didn't bother with me.
Okay.
And just kind of like went on his
Yeah.
way. But I don't really know all of his motivations, so I'm still like, well, thank God he didn't kill me. So I've actually I can give him history +2 for that.
Nice.
Okay. And did you have any modifiers for that, Dingo?
I'm not sure.
Let's see, I don't know if I have it on my sheet or not. Let's see here. On the other
Well,
side.
here's something. On another turn, choose one or both. One of them was once kind and unafraid towards you. Ignore that they tell you and write hex 3. You think one of them is pretty. Add +1 to whatever number they tell you.
Okay. So, yeah. So you can apply that basically to anybody's history that is told to you. So if you wanted to apply the pretty one to one of the characters, you can do that. And if you want to apply the kind and unafraid towards you, which would be, you would also do that. So,
I would say that Raphael was kind to me.
okay.
Kind and unafraid.
Okay, so
And you would say I was pretty.
Like you were lying there, beaten up, and bleeding. I would say, I don't want to do something to that. And I just walked away with a jolly song on my lips.
so we're agreeing that Cash was pretty.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
was
so-
a nice
Fine then.
mess.
So
He was a nice mess.
he's a nice. Oh God, that's terrible. All right, so actually, then Dingo, on your sheet, Cash is actually +3 for you.
Mm-hmm.
And Raphael, we don't know what he is yet completely, but he's definitely got at least a
Well,
plus.
actually, that just sets it to it ignores what they say and sets it to a
Oh, it
+3,
doesn't?
so
Okay, never
yeah.
mind then. So whatever he says doesn't matter.
I've got like
Raphael.
all the character sheets right next.
Perfect. No,
I'll- yeah.
that helps considerably. Thank you.
Yeah. And then I've got one more choice.
Yeah.
Someone once let me down at a pinch and left me holding the bill.
Mhm.
I'm thinking that might actually be like Raphael. Like I really needed him
Mhm.
on a job, but he was like too busy doing something else, and like the whole thing just worked out pretty badly for me.
Okay.
So he gets history -1.
Okay. History -1 for Raphael towards Cash. Okay, cool. Alright. And then our gunlugger. So your
Yes.
history, if you go to...
To what?
That's what I'm looking for. It might not be on the sheet I told you to print. So, let's see here.
Neato.
I gotta make sure that I also did this. Okay, so for the other people's turns, so you got Blackbird, who has a +1 for you for work. Dingo is +2 because you helped dispose of a body, and Cash is -1 because you left him hanging. You shitty person, you. For
Gotta do
those,
that dwarf stuff, man. I gotta feed my turtles. I'm sorry.
right. For those people, you can choose one of them and give them +1 to it because you think they're the smartest.
I wanna give that to Dingo
So you're
because the way he disposed of that body, man, that shit was so prime. He knew what he was doing.
all right. So
Wasn't-
your Dingo is actually +3 then, and then
Yeah,
everyone
nice.
else, you just leave them as it is. Okay, cool. So now you get to assign your history. So you get to choose 1, 2, or all 3 of these. So one of them has fought shoulder to shoulder with you. You can tell that player history +2.
Mhm.
Has anybody here fought shoulder to shoulder with you?
Well, aren't I like working with Cash there? So yeah.
Okay.
So him, give that to him, man.
All right. So Cash, you get. Where's Cash? I gotta friggin' write these names bolder or something. There we go, Cash. So Raphael, you are +3, right, with the +1 modifier.
Yeah.
Okay. One of them once left you bleeding and did nothing for you. Tell that player history -2. Has anybody done that to Raphael?
Yeah, you know what? One time, I was walking my turtles and I ran into Dingo again, right?
Yeah.
Right. He was on the other side of the road, or whatever the hell we have, and I was stabbed. I was stabbed because I can't really defend against like a melee attack because I have ranged weapons. He just kept walking, man. Shit.
Just let you
Wasn't
go.
cool.
Aw.
That's why you carry
man.
that's why you carry the med kits now, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason, man.
Gotcha.
That,
Okay.
that's when I got stabbed. They stole my turtle, man.
All
Out
right.
of caution and disappointment.
Oh, that is terrible.
Jeez, Dingo, what are you doing over there? All right, so Dingo,
I had
Raphael.
probably better things to do.
You're right.
Like,
Is that we found somebody who hates turtles just as much as you, Peter.
Who's that?
Man. Dingo, he hates turtles just as much as you do.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Didn't even try to save it.
No. All right, so Raphael drops from +3 on your Dingo to +1.
mm-hmm.
I think. Let me just make sure that you don't just ignore that. No, that is what he ignores. I'm sorry. I lied. You didn't even give a shit. Just because, even though Raphael is pissed off at you because you just left him there to die in his stab wound, you're just like, I'm still going to stab people, so you're off to go.
Still +3, right?
Yeah, it's still +3. I apologize.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Done.
And then
Yeah. Even though he didn't save my turtle, he's still cool. He's still cool in my book.
yeah, whatever you want there. You got one more here. If you can choose one of the players who you think is the prettiest, and you can tell that player history +2.
You know what? I also think Cash is the prettiest. I like his beard, man.
Okay. So if that would push you.
Darn it, guys! We're Skinner here. No, just kidding.
Poor Blackbird. She's just.
I know. No one's picking me for a lot of these history options, but that's okay.
So yeah, in terms of the gunlugger, everyone else gets +0, so you would get +0 with Raphael as well. So that puts Cash's Raphael up to +5. So I believe that gives you a mark of experience now. Is that correct? Or no, would it be +6 rather?
No, it'd be if it gets over. I think the highest you can get is +3. If it goes to 4, then it resets to +1, and they mark experience.
Okay, so it'd just be back at +3 again, +1 experience point.
No, the HX would reset at +1.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how far over it goes?
No.
No.
Okay, cool then. Just put it at +1 for Raphael, and mark your experience before the game has even started. Alright, cool. So, alright, so that covers our history. We kind of have... So, I mean, it truly is that, right? So you guys are all in this town, which no names had really gotten brought up, so I was thinking the town's name would be Hope. So basically, they named this town because after the apocalypse, everybody kind of lost their faith, but this one guy... let me see here. How about Zex? Zecks. This one guy, Zex, decided he was going to rise above and be like, you know what? Just because there's an apocalypse doesn't mean that we have to just sit here and die to it, right? So he gets everybody that he can to start building up this town. This town kind of looks, I mean, it's a post-apocalyptic town, right? So the walls around the outside are built of like dumpsters. Like they're just stacked on top of each other like big dumpsters.
Is there food in them?
No.
Only corpses.
Yes.
Those are edible.
The ones that Dingo's hiding. So where was I going with that? Oh, so he got these people together, created this town, and they named it Hope because it was, the hope for them to potentially start anew. The future doesn't look very promising, but at least with Zex there kind of calling the shots and keeping everything in line as best as he knows how to, that's kind of what he is doing for the town. So the town is Hope. We have Raphael, Cash, and Blackbird all in this town at some way. I guess I'm assuming that Cash and Raphael, you guys also live in this town, or are you guys passing through?
I live here.
Okay.
So do I suppose.
Okay. All right. So you guys live there, and then you've heard of Dingo, right? He's rumors around town and stuff. Everybody's heard of him. Some of you have had kind of encounters with him, but it's been too vague, too kind of shallow to really pin something on it, so you don't really know if it's truly a person that resides around this town, if he's just happens to be coincidentally passing through when you guys ran into him, or what it is. But you know he exists. He's interacted with at least two of you. And Danny, I assume that, Blackbird, I assume that the knowledge of him for you is, what did we say?
Goodness, I don't really have much history
Yours is,
with any of them.
yeah, yours is +2. Why did we give...
Because he tells everyone +1, and then I add 1 to whatever anyone
Right.
tells me about him, or
Okay.
whatever others tell me.
Sure. Okay, so you've heard rumors. That's basically how you know of him. Maybe the extra is because you're convinced that the rumors are true.
Or maybe I know a little bit more thanks to Raphael and Cash.
Oh,
Maybe
that-
we've talked about Dingo a bit.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. So, so all right, we're almost set here in terms of, I guess, character dev. I think the only thing we have to do now is highlight stats. So basically, highlighted stats mean that if you do anything that requires you to roll on that stat and it is highlighted, you'll mark experience. So it's a good way to basically get you guys to do the things that you want to do. Or for me, it's to see things that I want to see, basically. But for you guys, this is how you'll mark experience going through. And with each, I think it's 5 bubbles of experience, you'll level up.
Yes.
So, so yeah, we will start with Blackbird. I forget. Let me see if your highlighted stats are listed on this sheet. They are not. So I don't know how
no.
we.
It says down there at the bottom, at the end, find the character with the highest HX on your sheet.
That's
Ask
right.
that player which of your stats is most interesting and highlight it.
Right.
The MC will have you highlight a second stat.
Yes. Yeah.
So, well, I actually have a thing I get to do with HX after everyone else is done.
Oh, okay.
Choose your favorite character, ignore the number that player tells you, and write HX +3 instead. So that's Cash.
Okay.
Because of course it is. So Cash has the highest HX to me. So Cash, which stat of mine do you find most interesting? And the 2 moves I chose both do use hot, so...
All right, I'll be nice and give you hot then.
Thank you.
All right. And yeah, we'll keep it pretty simple. We'll say that your other highlighted move is cool.
Nice.
We'll see
Excellent.
how that works. Great. All right. So, Dingo.
Yes.
Highest is a tie between Cash and
Cash
Raphael.
and Raphael.
Yep.
Right. I choose Cash
Okay.
because beauty goes over usefulness.
Okay.
And I want to see Cash uses charm. So hot.
Oh no, this is me.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So I like cool people, so I'm gonna give you cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I mean, this is probably a given, but I really want to see you be weird.
Good. I won't disappoint.
Perfect. All right, Cash.
All right, my highest is a tie between Blackbird and Raphael. I'm gonna give it to Blackbird.
Okay.
Excellent. Let me check something really quick. What move again?
Oh, I picked. Well, I've got Moonlighting and Reputation. Those both use cool.
Cool then.
Cool it is.
All right.
I'm
And-
just you doing those things and also, trying to work on those gigs by acting under fire.
You know what? There's a lot of talk about how attractive the Cash is. I mean, everybody really loves him. So let me see you do some hot things.
Okay.
I want to see some hot from Cash. See what all the fuss is all about.
Show your assless chaps. That'll do
This
it.
was a completely unplanned part of the character.
apparently, Cash is a very attractive man. All right, and Raphael, who has the highest
Yo.
on your sheet?
Highest what?
Highest history. I'm sorry.
Oh shit! I haven't been writing anything down.
Oh, come on. All right. I believe I have it here. It should be Dingo with +3.
Alright.
So Dingo, which stat would you like our gunlugger to roll on, or highlight, I guess?
I'm doing a favor and say hard.
A favor.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hot or
I wanna-
hard?
Hard.
Oh, okay.
Hard.
I thought I heard hot. Sorry.
No,
I was
no.
like doing him a favor and giving him a -1. Good job.
No, I want to see him go berserk.
Okay. Hard it is. All right. So let's see here. Gunlugger. You know what? I want to make sure that while you're going hard, you're keeping an eye on everything as well, so you're not just going totally bananas. So how about sharp?
Okay.
All right. So, while we are, I guess, getting everything situated for starting up the story here, you should probably pull that character sheet out I told you to print and start filling this stuff in.
Character sheet.
Yes, it was
Here
the
it
one.
is.
The one that looks like this.
Okay.
Because this is going to help you not only with keeping track of your character and stuff, marking experience, the history piece of it as well, but whenever you roll, you'll get to know kind of what you're rolling on as well. So, ready to go?
Yep.
All right, so your name,
Yes.
obviously.
I got my name down.
Yep. History with Blackbird is +1.
Let's see your history. Okay.
Okay, Dingo's +3.
Dingo +3.
Yep, and Cash is -1.
Okay.
Okay. Your gear is the machine gun. It's 3 harm, close or far, I should say, area, and messy.
Okay.
Okay. Your hunting rifle is 2 harm, far, and loud.
Okay.
Shotgun is 3 harm, close,
Shotgun.
and messy.
Harm.
It's interesting
Close.
that the shotgun doesn't have a loud tag, right? That's
No.
not just me. It's
Oh,
like the,
also, guys, real quick,
Yeah.
I completely snapped my headset with that turtle thing, so
nice.
I can't particularly hear well. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have many knives.
Many knives.
Yep. 2 harm, hand,
2 harm. Hand.
infinite.
Infinite.
Yep. Somewhere on your sheet, just write down too that you have 2 armor, so you'll know that as well.
2 armor.
Yep. And that you have 1 barter, and it's knives.
Okay.
Okay. And the skills, you probably remember them. You had fuck this shit, prepared for the inevitable, and not to be fucked with.
Okay.
And then your stats going down the line, which can
Okay.
be written on the, like in that space there. It's +1 cool, +2 hard.
I'm sorry. Where do I put that?
Like in between, if you look on the where it says stats, cool, hard, hot, sharp, weird.
Okay.
To the left of your skills.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
Okay.
write
so,
it somewhere in that white space.
+1 cool.
Yep, +1 cool, +2 hard,
+2.
-1 hot,
-1. Okay.
+1 sharp,
+1. Okay.
and 0 weird.
Okay.
And you want to check off the box for hard and sharp. So basically, anytime you use a skill or a basic move that rolls on hard or sharp, you'll get experience for that.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right, so I guess we will get started here. We have our characters: Blackbird, Dingo, Cash, and Raphael, and they are beautiful and ugly members of, people of this world, right? So we've got kind of the whole gambit here, and I think we'll start with the fact that day-to-day life and hope is pretty much what you'd expect from a post-apocalyptic town, right? So you've got these people who are kind of minded. They kind of mind their own business. They do what they want. They interact as they can with the people that they need to, but they don't. They kind of keep themselves for the most part, right? They're your exceptions in this, that, and the other. When they need to come together is anytime there's a threat that's taking hold of their town, because they've got a lot of pride, right? They built this town up. It took a lot of hard work, sweat, and tears. But they've got this town situated, and it's ready to go. I guess it should be noted. Let's ask James. James, how many entrances or exits to this town are there?
Okay. Trying to think. I was kind of thinking it was like mostly like along like a road.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking like the two big entrances are like either end of like I'm picturing something like built up along like a highway or something.
Okay.
So the two ends of the town are like the big entrances.
Sure. So actually, that'll give me a chance to start to draw a little bit here. So that's what I've been waiting for, guys. So let's switch this over and hope it doesn't crash. Yeah, I did it. Kind of. There it goes. So we've got, let's see here. We've got, highway here, right? Just kind of runs along here. And, your first entrance into the town kind of thing. And we'll say that the town's kind of rectangular shaped, right? Because it's made out of dumpsters, so they couldn't really do much with it. They were just like, fuck it. And you said there's one there, and you said one on the opposite end, so maybe one in the back here?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And Blackbird, you said your establishment was somewhere in the center, right?
Towards the edge of the center, yes.
Yeah, so, okay, that works. Perfect. So Blackbird's establishment is here. I'm going to try my very hardest to throw B in there. That works. Raphael and Cash, where do you guys live? I guess in relation to the Blackbird establishment of... Shit, I will get that name. Nepenthe.
How about I live like somewhere over near there?
Okay.
Come on. Here, just hold this up while I tape it.
This is Cash. And Raphael is trying to pink duct tape his earpiece. Oh, no, you're not.
Hold on, guys.
Oh my gosh. That's gonna hurt so bad when he takes that off.
Alright, scissors. Thank you. Alright, let's do this shit. What's up?
Wow. So where do you live in the town?
Right here in the corner.
Right here. How do you ping? I'm sorry, I don't know how to ping.
I
You just
forget
like
already.
hold down.
Oh, okay. Just hold down your click. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is gonna be Raphael. Bam. Okay.
All right.
And then there are like I don't know, like
What do you think I was gonna do with it?
row houses over
honestly?
here, and maybe some over here.
Oh,
I think I live right. Probably live like right
That's
there.
that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot you don't live in your establishment. My bad. Cool.
Yeah, I think I
So
live
yeah, it works. And
like right here.
go with this one here.
okay.
And yeah, perfect. Cool. And so, and I guess in this town, there's kind of like the society kind of you're kind of more well respected as you move towards the center of town, right? It's like the people that are moving towards the middle have like either more
Oh wait, no, I actually live here.
right in the middle.
No. No, it's cool.
So it's like so the outskirts out here are just the very common folk, people who didn't maybe contribute, but they were like passerbys and were like, hey, there's a well-established town. Let's see if we can live here. Folks in the middle kind of as you get closer in, they had more of an impact on the town itself. So so that's all there. We will I guess start with Cash. So Cash, it's the start of a new day here in your town, or in the town of Hope, and let's hear about your gigs. What are you doing for the day? I guess
All right.
all of you. We'll start with Cash.
Yeah. Okay. So should I actually go ahead and roll my moonlighting
Yeah, we could do
move
that.
then? Okay.
If-
Yeah. The two gigs that I'm gonna be working on this time are where well, I'm gonna be working on the protecting my son gig, and then I think I'm also gonna be working on the bodyguarding.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll plus. Cool. Okay. So that's good.
Yeah. So you
Woo!
blew it out of the park.
Yeah. So
Um,
all of those profit.
Yeah. So the way that profit works is that just you gain barter because of that? Is that
For the paying gigs, yeah.
okay? So you got at least one more barter added into your
Mhm.
inventory. So +1 barter. So that puts you up to 2. So great. So tell me about. So tell me what it's like when you're protecting your son, and then tell me a little bit about what bodyguarding is like. So I guess
Okay.
like what is the the day-to-day like for keeping your son protected? Like what are you protecting him from, I guess?
Well, it's not anything so much external. Like I don't think anyone's gonna like bust in my door and like kill my kid. It's more he kind of like he took a bullet when he was pretty young, and I was involved in a firefight,
Mhm.
and that like that injured him. He wasn't that like medicine's not so good now, so he wasn't ever really able to recover from that. So he's he's not really like he can't do things. He can't do something so great because
Sure.
so mainly the protecting him is making sure that like he doesn't get any worse. Like if he ever has to do anything, I help him do it so that he doesn't like get hurt.
Okay.
And actually just a lot of the protecting is in me trying to do other jobs. Like I definitely have to juggle it because I'm not going to bring him with me because I can get into some dangerous stuff. So
Sure.
I end up having to like leave him at home, but I do all the jobs to like get food and
Mhm.
supplies and stuff for me and him to live off of. So that's where like the tricky juggling nature comes into it.
Sure. Sure.
Um,
And so, all right, cool. So you're protecting is basically, your son's a little bit disabled here because of the
Yeah.
previous wound that he took. You work hard for this. We mentioned that your barter was sometimes food, sometimes it's medical supplies, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's part of that is used for keeping your son healthy, basically.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Okay, good. So your bodyguarding gig. A couple of questions for you there. Outside of what you're doing, was Raphael with you with this, or was this you doing this on your own?
Um, yeah, sure. Raphael was there.
Okay.
Um, I kind of like yell at him to come along because last time he ditched me.
Right.
Things went bad.
Cool. Cool. Were you bodyguarding at the Nepenthe, or were you doing something else?
Yeah, I think it was probably bodyguarding outside the Nepenthe.
Awesome. Awesome. Was there any kind of distractions, anything that seemed out of the ordinary, either from anybody's eyes? So that would be Cash, Raphael, or Blackbird. Did you guys see anything during that?
Nope.
Nothing from Raphael? No?
Nope.
How about me?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sure. Did you see something?
No, I was the unusual thing he saw.
Oh. Yeah,
Wow.
that's true as well. Okay. We can go with
Yeah.
that.
If that's
Sure.
fine with you, James.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
I should make note.
Mhm.
Cash likes to avoid unnecessary violence.
Mhm.
Uh, so a lot of what he does when he's bodyguarding is more like try to just convince people not to start trouble.
Okay.
He's not very handy in a firefight, though,
Gotcha.
and doesn't really like it.
Okay. Well, it sounded like Blackbird might have seen something out of the ordinary. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so aside from Dingo hanging around the establishment, which is not something that has really happened before,
Mhm.
I think that maybe there were some spies from Ben
Okay.
that were coming around that place and like get intel.
Mhm.
And I've told my crew and of course Cash, like, yeah, there's this person out there who wants this place shut down. So
Gotcha. So Cash knows this, and Raphael does too.
yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
So you guys know this place is getting shut or wants to be shut down by this guy named Ben, or Ben. He's you're not really sure what his relationship is or anything.
Yeah, I haven't told you guys that part yet.
Yeah, but you know he has it out to have this place shut down. So I guess let me see here. How about let me see. What am I thinking? Oh, Dingo. Dingo. So these guys, are you familiar with them? Did Ben happen to approach you and talk to you about this at all?
Actually, no one talked with me.
Mhm.
I think no one really dares to talk to me.
Okay.
But I was listening while I was stalking the city, and I heard them talking about someone trying to take over Blackbird's establishment. And I was interested in Cash and Raphael anyway, so I followed them and then I listened there and here
Okay.
what's going on.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. So we've got a little bit of trouble here. I guess. What do you mean? You heard? I guess. No, I'm sorry. You didn't hear. You saw a little bit of fuss with Ben and his Goonies. Did these guys have names? Do you know them? Are they guys from the town, Blackbird?
No,
No,
I
I'm sorry.
saw them. I saw them having like heated discussions with Blackbird. It kind of make me angry.
Oh, so did they interact with you directly, Blackbird?
No, I just saw it from afar.
I think they have interacted with me directly before, which maybe Dingo has seen.
Okay,
Which is why I knew to be on the lookout for them in particular.
sure. So how many, I guess, are there? Are there just like a couple? Are they like I said, are they people in the town that you've seen before, Blackbird?
Um, these two, yes,
Okay.
but I think that Ben or Bean has probably started to like bring in some others or like recruit some of the newer people in town.
Okay. All right. So there's a couple of guys you don't really notice, and then Ben or Bean. We should probably settle on what we're gonna call him.
Yeah, B. Let's just call him B.
All right, B. B it is. So B has recruited up these guys. Let me think here. I now want to call one Hornet and one Yellow Jacket just for the sake of it.
Sure.
So he's recruited these guys. You know, he's got Hornet and he's got Yellow Jacket, which they shortened to YJ. No, that's terrible. How about how about Hornet and Wasp? Let's do that. Right. So these guys are like your typical crony looking guys, right? And they were kind of hanging out, fussing around. They've interacted with you, Blackbird, a couple of times. Dingo has seen this. He's not really a fan of it, but he doesn't really say anything either. He just kind of hangs out. So, you know, during the, we're going to kind of, I guess, play out some of the gig. Even though, like I said, Cash, you are successful with your bodyguarding and stuff.
Yeah.
But we will play into that. So you guys are there, and you know, Ben is doing his, or excuse me, B is doing his stuff. He's just kind of sitting in the back. He's very smug looking. He's just like, you know, sipping on his drink very bitterly. You know, he's just kind of, just got this nasty sourpuss face on. And his two cronies, Hornet and Wasp, come running in. You know, they're looking to kind of stir up some trouble, right? They've got that look on their face. They're like walking around. Their arms are out. You know, they're just looking. They're just kind of walking past tables and like pushing, you know, plates around and things, just enough to piss off some of the patrons and things like that. So, I guess we'll start with, you know, Cash. What do you do when you hear this ruckus?
Okay, so the ruckus is coming from like it's inside,
Yes.
or okay.
Yeah.
No, I think it's outside actually.
Outside? Okay.
Yeah.
We can go with outside. Sure.
They're trying to get in.
Okay.
Not happening.
Gotcha. Okay. So so all three of them are not in the building then.
Okay, but they're like kind of like around trying to break in.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go with that.
All right, before I really move in, I think I'm gonna like try to like take stock of what's going on, see what their options actually are. I want to read a sitch.
Okay. Perfect. Go ahead and roll against Sharp.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So you you walk out there and do you actually walk out or do you just kind of look through a window? Like I guess how are you reading the sitch basically? Tell me how that.
Okay. I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna try and play it kind of safe. I'm like looking out and like listening up to one of the windows.
Cool.
To try and get an angle on them.
Yeah. So you're looking out there and you see the guys out there. You're familiar with who they are, and you're familiar with that they bring kind of a negative vibe, but you don't really quite know what's going on. You kind of see them. For all you know, they could be chasing somebody else around because they're kind of moving a whole lot, but you don't really know what they're doing. But you do hear a lot of noises. I mean, they're not being subtle about that piece of it, but you just don't know exactly why they're doing what they're doing. So, Yeah. So, Raphael, this is going on, and
Yeah.
you Cash try to see what's happening. There's these guys outside causing a ruckus. You know that they're not friendlies, but they haven't done anything, wrong per se. What do you do?
Oh, then who cares? I just leave it be because I'm not doing anything wrong. Like you said,
Okay. Not letting.
I'm not gonna get involved.
Sure. Um, Dingo, how about you? You see these guys. Again, you've seen them before,
Yes.
causing a ruckus before, and not a big fan. But here they are doing it again, and just being jerks, basically.
So I see them and hear them,
Mhm.
and I get like this feeling of anger and uneasiness, and I stalk into the darkness, like out of back door maybe, and outside maybe into a dark alley, just to take a look at them, get
Okay.
closer.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're moving closer to kind of see what's going on.
Yeah.
And all right, cool. And then Blackbird, how about you? You hear them. You've dealt with them before. This is not uncommon for you. They seem to be getting a little bit more charged than they normally are.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna saunter out there
Okay.
to face them directly
Yeah.
again,
Cool. Okay.
and I'm gonna be like, "Listen, boys, if you want to come back on your own time, that's one thing, but unfortunately, your time is not your own, is it? And we've had this talk before.
Mhm.
So, what the fuck makes you think that I'm gonna let you any closer to the building than you already are when I know what you want here?
Yep.
So, if you don't want me making sure that you can't ever walk anywhere again, then you will tell me what you're hoping to gain here tonight. And I'm gonna roll to persuade an NPC to tell me, meaning them with physical harm.
Okay.
If
So that'd be manipulate, correct?
yes.
Yep. So go ahead and roll against your hot.
Aha!
Nice. Okay. So you see B. He looks up at you, and he's still got kind of those feelings that reside in the back of his head. He's obviously not trying to start anything too, I guess, with you. Like, he doesn't want to upset you, right? So he looks at you and he goes, well, I've been thinking a whole lot, right? He's like, and I would really like to help you out with this establishment. He's like, I realize that I've been wanting to have it not be around, and he's like, I realize that's wrong, right? And my boys here, and he kind of points to the two guys who don't look like they are truly ready for business. We'll put it that way. He's like, yeah, they promise that they're going to help too, right? They've got some investments they want to put into it, and they want to they want to make this a better establishment than it already is.
I think I'm gonna read him
Okay.
as he's talking to me.
Sure.
Let's see how well that goes.
Sure.
Not at all.
Yeah. So as far as you know, I mean, he's telling you exactly that. He's trying to make this place a better place, and he's got two people willing to invest in it.
She sighs heavily. Listen, handsome. We've had our dealings in the past, and given the way you've been acting lately, I'm not so sure that giving you this opportunity would be a good idea. But I'm a forgiving kind of person, so you want to go ahead and meet me for a meal and we can sit down and we can talk about everything like the grown-ups that we are, right?
He nods and he kind of, scratches his face a little bit. He goes, "Yeah, yeah, I know, things have been pretty rough, and I'm real sorry about that. I am. I want to make it better, but I don't want to wait on it. I'm not asking for anything crazy right now." He's like, I would really like to come in. He's like, the apocalypse wears on us. It's really tough. Can I just, come in? Me and my friends here, just come in to relax, just enjoy ourselves, take our minds off the things. He's like, and we absolutely can meet for dinner. We could do, anything else that you want. He's just right now, I'm having a hard time. I really need to. I'm missing home, my home, not this crap. Is it all right? Can I just come in?
Well, I'm still not convinced that you don't want to shut this place down, actually. It's quite a big change in the tune you're singing.
He like, shuffles around a little bit and kind of kicks some of the dirt. He's like, I can't give you anything right now. He's like, I don't know what I can do or say to make you believe now. He's like, if you just give me this opportunity, he's like, then I can show you right now. It's like, that's the best I can give you.
I prefer that we sit down and talk about things before I allow you admission, whether or not you can pay the price, notwithstanding.
All right.
So, why don't you boys go on home, settle down, and you and I will sit down for lunch tomorrow, and we'll hash things out.
He kind of has this look in his face where it starts out and it still looks as sympathetic as it was, but then it kind of like almost transforms a little bit, right? You see like the lights in his eyes kind of go away a little bit, and he starts to get kind of this look across his face where it's like he's not like all there anymore, right? So he starts to laugh a little bit. He goes, he's like, I tried to make it work, but you just can't do it. You just can't get off that horse and this establishment and everything. He's like, you know what? Fuck it all. Fuck the Nepenthe. Fuck this town. I can't stand it anymore. And it was almost like clockwork, right? So as soon as he does that, he turns around and starts to walk away. And Wasp and Hornet pull out guns. They both have dual handguns in each hand.
Oh, great.
And they point them at you. What do you do?
Is it cool if I actually come outside as I'm hearing some of this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Totally.
All right.
Blackbird's like,
for.
please.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you're hired for.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of run out, and I'm gonna just say to it's Hornet and Wasp, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try and say hey, come on, are you sure you want to be working for that guy? It doesn't really seem to be the most together person. So how about you put away those guns and think about what you're doing?
Sure. So Wasp and Hornet, they almost seem like they're kind of like, I guess, in sync a little bit. They look very similar. You can't tell if they're actually related or not. But they're holding out the guns and they both look at each other, kind of like to the side there, and they look back. And Hornet is the one who will be doing most of the talking, right? So he looks up and he goes, "You don't pay." He's like, "He pays. He gets what he wants."
I thought.
I don't like spending money.
I pay.
Can I come in?
And I nod to Cash, and I can pay you guys too. I might be able to pay you a little extra to make sure that your association with V doesn't ruin our relationship.
Mhm.
And I guarantee you, working for me is a hell of a lot more.
Um, Dingo, you were saying something?
Yes, I wanna interrupt.
Uh-huh.
As I see this Hornet and Wasp put their guns out, I actually put my machete out and run at them, while the Cash are still talking with them.
Okay. So
In the middle of Cash talking with them, I probably stand right beside Hornet
okay, cool.
with my machete ready to hack.
All right. So in the alleyway that you were in, we're gonna say that you do get a little bit of an element of surprise because nobody saw you there. But I
Yes.
wouldn't say you were directly behind them. You're maybe coming in from kind of the side.
Yes.
So you'd have good access to at least one of them, but the other one will notice you. After your
That's
action.
okay.
So I guess that would be you're going aggro. It sounds like. So go
Mhm.
ahead and roll your aggro. So that's +2. And, oh my god! All right. So explain to me.
Can I say what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Explain. Tell me what it
I
looks.
totally slash the arm of Wasp up off with his hand. The hand he was holding his gun with.
Uh-huh.
That hand just lies on the ground all of the sudden. And he probably has his arm still right out.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Not
Absolutely.
really realizing that the hand is off.
Cool. So basically, while Blackbird and Cash are trying to negotiate with these guys, we've got Dingo who just comes gunning out of nowhere. Like, you guys have no
Okay.
idea. I'm sorry?
So, Hornet's distracted now, right?
Yes, he will be. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
Say the
so
least.
so could I run at him and just kind of rip his gun out of his hand?
Well, his gun is now lying on the ground with his hand.
No. That
No,
was
the second one.
yeah, the
Oh,
other guys.
On
Right.
it. Right.
Um,
Sorry.
Yeah, we might be able to let you do that. So basically, Wasp is holding this gun out, and Dingo comes running out of the side, and just in one foul swoop, it's just shink, gone, and his hand is still sticking out, blood is just spurting now from the stump that is now his arm,
I know.
and
I'm gonna pick up his arm.
well, remember, it's not his whole arm. It's probably up to his wrist a little bit more. Then you're gonna pick up
yeah,
that.
no, I am.
Okay, all right.
I have plans.
Okay, so he's Wasp is just in shock. He cannot believe. He has no idea where he came from. He has no idea what I think. When you roll aggro, is there not some options you can pick? I believe.
Well, there's going aggro, and then there's seizing by force.
Okay, so seizing by force would be the one where you pick options, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
it sounds it sounds like what he was doing, and it's the same stat. So either way,
yeah.
fantastic roll.
Yeah, seriously. So I just gotta keep remembering to call out exactly what those are. I gotta remember where they are in the book. I'll dig while I saw it. So anyways, Hornet is now shocked. His either close friend or relative or something just had his arm sliced off by some crazy figure wearing a disgusting ass mask and cannot figure out where the hell he comes from. So as he's turning to look, I'm sorry.
Did you say you needed the options for seize by force?
Yes, please.
Okay. On a 10+, you get to choose 3 of these.
Yeah.
You take definite hold
Yep.
of it. You suffer little harm. You inflict terrible harm, or you impress, dismay, or frighten the enemy.
Right. So you can go ahead and pick 3 of those, Dingo.
Well, terrible harm.
Mhm.
I frightened or dismay
Yeah.
my enemy.
Yep.
And I get definitely hold of the situation by disarming him.
Okay, perfect. Cool.
Literally.
I don't
Yeah.
think I have to fear harm right now.
Yes. No.
since I had a surprise attack on my
Sure.
side.
Yep. I totally agree with that. So, I mean, I was basically I figured that was probably the options anyway. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Hornet looks over at Wasp, now armless, or I should say handless, and is just like completely shocked. So when he looks over, like his gun drops a little bit. He's surprised. And you said, Cash, you're going to disarm?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess that's probably a seized by force.
It is.
Okay.
Okay.
So I get to choose 2 of those.
Yep.
I'm gonna take definite hold of it. And like, does he have a chance to apply harm to me at all, or?
No.
Because I'm not really
Well,
sure what other options I would go for that. Because I'm not really actually. Like, maybe I inflict terrible harm by, like, I don't know, kicking him away or something.
Okay. Cool. That works.
Okay.
So Cash runs over and trying to seize that moment while it's there, runs over and tries to disarm Hornet. How are you doing that? Like, how does Cash want to try and disarm him?
I'm just kind of like running forward, like grabbing the gun, ripping it out, and then like kicking him away.
Okay. All right. Cool. So so you get to do that. Whenever you go, you run over there. You grab hold of the gun, and you're trying to yank it off and whatnot. Because of the way he has the grip on it, a couple shots are fired off, but no problems or anything like that. You go to, like, you guys are kind of like in a scuffle, so you don't actually get to disarm him, but you guys are now locked up. He's got kind of the gun in one hand, and he's got it's like pressed up against you but not pointing at you, so he's still got it. But you guys you've got him pretty much preoccupied. So I'm gonna go over to Raphael, who now sees all of this shit happening. So what are you doing?
I'm in utter dismay. I'm in utter dismay, man. I just saw a man's arm get cut off. It's crazy.
Cool. So what do you?
Do I have his gun now?
I guess you could if you plucked it out of.
I want a gun.
Okay, then you've got it would be a 9mm, similar to that.
Okay.
So Raphael, what are you doing?
Well, first off, I go up to where the scene actually happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ask what happened, and as they're explaining it, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the dude's arm and just stick it in the waistband of my pants.
Oh, I already have the arm.
Nobody knows. You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
Blackbird
Yeah.
already.
Wasn't listening.
Blackbird already has it, so
I scoop
Yeah.
up some of the dirt with his blood on it and stick it in my pocket. Then how's that?
sounds good to me.
Get it to my turtles. That's it, man. Completely passive. That's it.
I kind of shout and say, "Hey, we could use a little more help here," as I'm scuffling with Hornet on the ground.
You should probably help Cash. I will put you.
All right.
Um,
All right. I'll see that happening. I'll go help my buddy.
there you go.
There we go.
That's
There we
good.
go, man. There we go.
All right. So how are you helping Cash? What are you doing?
I wasn't really paying attention, but I'm gonna assume he's trying to like restrain him, so I'm gonna help him restrain this guy.
I'm actually trying to like take his gun from him.
You guys gonna okay? Then
Okay.
I'll help you disarm him. Disarm him.
All right,
rather.
so I'm going to jump out of the MC mode just for a minute here and go to helping Anthony, who is new at this, and let you know that you have 4 very large guns on your back. This guy has a gun. If by chance you fail not seizing this guy, he's going to shoot you. So I would recommend doing something a
I
little
have
more
a first aid kit.
a little more assertive than those are valuable. You probably don't want to use them on little cronies like this guy.
Isn't it a 9mm? And doesn't he have
yes.
2 armor?
No, I have the machine gun and a hunting rifle. And
Oh,
shit
you're
like
talking
that.
about the other guy. Hornet, yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, and
You're welcome.
doesn't he have 2 armor?
Yes.
2 armor also. So
Yes, it won't hurt him, but he could still shoot you.
right. Yeah.
And we probably don't want that either.
Yeah.
so.
Let's avoid that.
Right. So a more aggressive.
I know. Can I use my many knives on him?
Yeah, sure, you could do that.
That should stun him. Yeah, just like throw some knives at his ass.
It wouldn't
and
stun
bam.
him, but it would definitely hurt. So go ahead and roll against hard.
Hard.
Yep.
+2.
Yep, and then mark experience as well.
How do I wait? What's the actual command that I type for this?
/
slash
roll.
R
/R.
space 2d6 plus whatever your hard is.
2d6 plus 2. Oh, there we go.
Perfect. Okay.
Hey, not bad.
All right. So yeah. So you let's see. Oh yeah, you got to pick 2. So under your basic moves, that sheet I had you print out, you get to pick. Oh, I'm sorry, 1. Pick one of those.
No, 7 to 9 is 2.
Is it? What am I looking at? Oh yes, he's by force. Got it. Perfect. Would that not be called for him for his stance? Would it not be going aggro?
It might be going aggro. Okay.
Yeah, I would
Sounds
think
like it's
that.
going aggro.
Yeah, because you were trying to seize it. He's just trying to
Yeah.
take care of the. So yeah, you pick one of the options under going aggro.
They
on
can choose one.
Wouldn't you go aggro?
Correct.
Yeah, that's your choice actually. That's
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. Yes, Raphael would pick one of the options. So between get the hell out of your way and force your hand.
No,
and
you
stuff.
choose.
yeah, that they
Yeah,
can choose one.
Yeah.
They have to choose one. Oh, see, I was reading that as the player chooses one.
No, the player of the character who's targeted with that move chooses one.
Yeah. They can also choose the things for a 10. They can instead choose one. So
I see. Okay, so I understand now because it's my NPC. Understood.
yeah.
Okay, so Hornet sees these knives like getting ready to fly at him, and he's like, "Oh shit! Like I don't want to deal with this." So he immediately like throws his gun down. Right? He's like, "Fuck! I'm not doing that." But in the exchange of that, he turns Cash around to try and take some of that. Since they're not directly going for Cash, we're gonna say that they only take half the harm. So Cash will take 1 harm. The Hornet will also take a couple of those, so he'll take a harm as well. So it kind of got divvied up around the thing. But good news is, Hornet is now disarmed. He only has his fist basically, but he also now has Cash in kind of like a lockup basically. So Cash, your arms are kind of locked up at the moment.
Can I shoot him now?
You may if you want. You've got this knife. It's kind of like sticking out of like the top of your thigh. It hurts a little bit, but you're not bleeding at the point where it's like where you're like in some immediate danger or anything like that. In terms of Hornet, he's got one sticking out of like his shoulder.
All right. And my hands aren't really free.
No, you can kind of like move your arms around, but the way he's got you, there's not really anything you can maneuver. You could probably grab his head if you wanted to, but it's hard to say whether or not you'd be able to do anything from that.
All right. If I just wanted to try and like go full force and break out, how would I go about doing that?
We'll say that's doing something under fire.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let that go. Go for that.
So I get to mark experience.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So you tell me how you. I guess you are trying to get out of that.
I'm just kind of like leaning forward and then trying to just like break out with all my might.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you muster up everything you've got. And you're like, you realize that you're not really built for this kind of combat, and you just need to get the hell away from this guy. So you just do whatever you can. It's almost like a panic struggle, and you just like flail. And when you do that, you do get free. You fall to the ground, and you're free of this guy, but you're now prone. And this guy is like looking around now, and he's just he's on like kind of a warpath just to hit anybody. So he's coming after you still, Cash. He wants you dead.
Can I shoot him now?
Either of the two. I heard or even Dingo, if you've got another move you want to make.
Yes. Well, I see this guy going crazy on Blackbird, right?
No, he's going after Cash.
On Cash.
Yes.
On Cash still. Okay. Well, then I attack him with my machete.
Okay, cool. Will you roll for me your hard?
Yes. 9.
Nice.
Okay, good roll. So Hornet knows kind of what you're capable of, and he is not a fan. He starts seeing you move, and he's like, "No, fuck this, man. It's not even worth losing my hand over." So he actually just turns and runs. He doesn't even stick around anymore. You can see him kind of like fidgeting, trying to get like the knife out of his shoulder, but it's kind of buried in there. Raphael's pretty good with his throwing knives, so.
I want to catch up to him.
You can chase him down.
I still attack him, right? With that roll. I wanna actually throw my machete after him.
Throw your machete? Oh man.
And I still have to choose 2 from seizing by force, right?
Yeah,
if you want me to
actually
do that.
just like going towards him with the machete, that seems more like going aggro to me.
Yeah.
Well, attack is attack. Only if you want me to attack him.
I mean, I guess if you want to ask Blackbird if you want to keep the pursuit going, but she sounds like she's very interested in pursuing as well.
Well then I will. I'm going to stalk after him.
Okay.
That's probably a cool roll, right?
Yeah.
Let me think here. So act under fire. Yeah. Okay. We'll say that
Like
because
sneaking would be something I would do under fire, right?
Yes.
Sneaking
Well,
after
I
him.
would say that because he's running, that's kind of the challenge that you're under.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up to
Do
him.
not.
I know I
lose
am.
him.
Yeah. So okay. If you both want to roll, cool. We'll go for that.
7.
No. So even though he's running away, he stumbles a little bit, and it looks like you might be able to, but it's just not enough, and he ends up booking it out, and he's gone. So he's out of the town. B is had left whenever this all went down, so you don't know where he went. All of your focus kind of went on these two guys.
Yeah.
But you do still have a unconscious but a very wounded wasp laying on the ground. Do you guys let him bleed out?
No.
Yeah, I don't.
I have questions.
Okay. All right. Well, he's not capable of answering any questions at the moment, but you do need to figure out what you're going to do with him.
Let's lock him in a room with a couple of turtles. That'll teach him.
I actually stare at Blackbird and then I tilt my head a little bit and then I shrug. What should we do with this guy?
Okay.
With Wasp, who is unconscious.
Do you
there.
I'm sorry, do you speak that out loud, or do you kind of motion that with your body?
Like mimic, right?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a very talkative guy,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I motioned to her like, what shall we do with him?
Sure.
I don't want him inside Nepenthe. I have a little
You can
place.
come to my house. I don't
towards
mind.
the outside.
We have room.
All right then.
And
That's the
I also say to Raphael, he's in pretty bad shape for answering questions. Don't you have some like medical supplies or something too?
Yes. I'll use a first aid kit on him
Okay.
so he could answer questions.
Yeah. So you roll plus. I forget what it is now. Is it
Sharp?
plus sharp?
Or it's plus whatever stock. I think it's plus the stock you used, actually.
Oh, is it just stock? Okay, I wasn't sure if there was any other modifier. I knew the stock was counting. Okay, so
Yeah.
roll 2d6 plus 1, since you're using 1 stock to heal him. Womp. So, so you guys try to utilize that healing kit to fix him up, but he's just, he's like twitching from being in shock from losing so much blood. He's kind of like losing the life in his lips and stuff. You see it like just kind of all fading out.
Give him for turtle food.
And he, eventually the convulsions do stop and he just lies kind of motionless. His last breath kind of escaping his lips.
Oh no.
He's
Damn it! I wanted answers.
I actually feel kind of bad.
Without a word, I actually take off his body and go away into the next dark alley to do whatever.
I seriously love your character. It is so creepy. All right, so you watch as without a word, Dingo just like heaves his body. Do you drag it? Do you carry it over your shoulder? How do you?
Oh,
Over my shoulder, I give him this last respect.
I say, wait.
And I stop.
And I take out my scissors, and I'm gonna cut off the hand of the dead guy.
Again? You're gonna take?
Don't you already have one?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to use them to deliver a message.
Okay. All right. I mean,
That's what
if Dingo is okay with it, Dingo, will you stop?
I totally her to her. I'm fine.
Okay.
Whatever she wants to do.
So Blackbird cuts the other hand off of this guy and just like, in like a reassuring like, like kind of just slices the last bit off and takes his other hand. And with that, Dingo kind of marches off in the distance with his newfound prize. So. Raphael and Cash, now that this is all settled down, what are you guys up to?
Well, Cash kind of like looks back and forth between Blackbird and Dingo with like a really what the fuck look on his face.
Sure.
What? You didn't think I was just a pretty face, did you?
I kind of want to get in on what everything was gonna do to that body.
Okay.
I think you don't want to really see that.
He then also looks at Raphael.
Yeah. Yeah. Raphael, are you going with Dingo, or are you trying to follow him? I guess you wouldn't be going with him because I don't think it's voluntary. But are you going to try and follow or pursue Dingo?
If he'll allow it, yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I was going to say, I think it's really up in the air. But okay. So Raphael and Dingo head off to go do whatever it is they're going to do with that body. And we'll pan back to you guys in just a bit here. So Cash and Blackbird, what now? What do you guys? I mean, so clearly, Ben just went nuts, or B just went nuts. Had these two guys hired to, at first it seemed like maybe invest, but now he got pissed off enough that he didn't even care about it anymore. These guys tried to just take everything by force, failed miserably. One ran away like a chicken, and the other one ran away, or the other one died rather. Well, I guess what's thoughts?
I have an idea, but it's pretty early yet to be going there. But I could try some seduction.
Okay.
That's
on who?
on Cash. Yeah. After just watching all this.
Okay. Let me first forewarn you guys though that you probably want to tend to the knife that's in Cash's leg first.
Right.
I did have armor. Did that soak it up or?
Yeah, we'll say that. Okay, if you had armor, then instead of it, we'll retcon a little bit. Instead of it actually going through the skin, we'll just say that it like hit into the pant leg of your jeans and kind of like got caught in there. Might have like
Okay.
nicked you a little bit. There might be some bleeding, but it's not like enough to take harm. So I apologize for that.
No, that's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
I think I know how to do this.
So she's gonna play nurse now.
Well, I have a thought. It doesn't necessarily have to go there, but basically the goal is to be to get some sort of a response or indication that the attraction is mutual, as opposed to actually
Okay. Yeah.
going
So
over. So yeah, she'll go over to Cash and she'll she is interested in wanting to make sure he's okay. So once she's ascertained that, she'll say, "Oh, thank God you're all right. You did good."
Yeah. Well, I wish I could have gotten the gun away from the guy sooner, but I guess it all worked out in the end. None of our guys got too badly hurt.
And she kind of gives him like a very coy smile, and says, "Well, that's why I hired you, and not one of the other fuckers from around here who claims they can do what you do." And that is a 9.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know you were rolling. I would have
Yep.
put up the roll screen. Okay, cool. So that was your seduce manipulate?
Yes.
Is that what you rolled
So
against
let
hot?
me- Yes.
Yeah.
Let me double check and see.
Yeah, I don't know how that move works.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm gonna choose if they do it, they mark experience. So what I want you to do in this case is basically show that I've gotten some kind of a response from you, like some indication that you might be the attraction that I feel for you might be mutual. I guess is what I'm looking at. So you don't have to like give yourself completely, but just a word, a gesture,
Yeah.
body language, something like that.
All right. Well,
And
Cash.
it's clear, she's right there. She's giving you that smile with the gleam in her eyes that you have not seen there when she looks at anybody else.
Yeah. I don't know if I want him to go too far yet.
Yeah, you don't have to go too far.
Yeah. Well, I think he's just gonna kind of like give her like a knowing smile and kind of say well, we can talk about some other things later, but I think right now we should figure out what we're gonna do about these guys, the attack,
Okay.
everything.
I think that counts. As long as the implication is clear that I talk about other things later.
Yeah.
Awesome. So she smiles, and the smile shifts into something a bit more professional, and she stands back up. Well, I think it'd be in our best interest to find the one that got away.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna send these, and she waves the hand in the air.
Oh God.
I'm gonna send these to D, so he knows what he's dealing with.
Cash says, are we sure the one that got away is such a big problem? I mean, couldn't we just go straight to B and cut out the middleman?
We could.
Do you guys? I'm sorry. Do you guys know where B lives? Are you familiar with, I guess, where he'd be located?
I
He lives
have
in a
move for
hive.
that. I have a move for that.
Okay. Oh, your fingers in every pie, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
want B. I will get B.
Okay, hang on.
So, she smiles and says, "Well, why not both?" But I think you're right. I think that was it Wasp the one that got away?
No, Hornet was.
I think that Hornet is small fish compared to B, And yeah, I am totally going to put the word out that I want to see B.
Cool. Go ahead and
And
what is that? Roll hot. Yes.
that is an 8.
Okay.
Oh, darn it.
Okay. So let's see what we got here. All right. Cool. So so you know put the bead out there for the patrons to this to the shit Nepenthe. I promise you I'll get it. You put a bead out there for the Nepenthe, you know, and everybody's kind of bustling around and you know trying to get the information, and we will find out the results of that once we come back from seeing what the hell Raphael and Dingo are doing with this body.
Yes.
Terrible
so
things.
So I guess where did you guys head first off?
I go straight to the town walls that is made of containers.
Okay. So you're at the edge of the town wall. Are you at the
Yeah.
We're just gonna assume that the map that I have up there is you know cardinally set. So are you at the north or the south exit?
Where can I pin?
Okay.
Oh,
Just hold down your click.
Yep.
well, I would say we are like to the
Okay.
here. Here,
Perfect.
the blue.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're over on the like the east side of town. Are you
Yes.
inside of the walls or outside? Just so I have a reference.
Outside. I lay the body in front of the wall. Then
Okay.
I start like looking for stuff I could scavenge from the body.
Okay. Cool. Um.
I think I could roll sharp for that.
Yeah. Let's we'll do that. Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead and roll sharp.
What is my sharp?
You are
0.
Yep.
Well, here we go. 8.
So yeah, so you feel around the body. You realize the most valuable possession that was on it was probably the M or the 9mm, which is under the possession of Blackbird right now. But you know you're feeling around and things like that, and you feel something kind of in the one pocket, right? So you dig it out, and you see it's like a scrap of paper that's scrawled together with a little bit of cash, and
Oh,
yeah. So you open up the paper, and it says, you know, in the paper it says, meet me at D block, sunset, and then on on the bottom where it's signed, there's like the image of a bumblebee.
all right. I put this in my jacket and then I throw the body into one of the containers,
Okay.
like
All
the
right.
trash that it is.
Yes. All right. So, Raphael, what are you doing whenever he's searching this body and you see him pull out a wad of cash from inside of the, you know, pocket?
Oh, I decided I wanted nothing to do with it after all. So I'm just going to go home and go to sleep.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right. So you're heading back to town then?
I heading back to Blackbird and Cash.
Okay. All right. So oh shit, Dingo. So you guys are kind of heading in the same direction, and as you guys are walking back towards the town, you kind of hear a little bit of scuffling. You can't quite tell what it is. You know, it sounds like it's a little bit further off, but you hear like you want to say it sounds like footprints, but it sounds a little bit too quick.
Sounds like footprints.
Or excuse me, it sounds like footsteps. But it sounds a little bit too quick to be just like a pair of feet. So maybe it's more pairs of feet or something like that. But you still get back to town with no real troubles. So you're meeting back up with Blackbird and Cash. You said yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys are still back at the Nepenthe. You guys haven't left there, right?
Uh, I think we're back there. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought so. I just
Like-
wanted to double check.
But I don't go through the front door. I just suddenly appear in the room in like the most far away corner from the door.
Nice.
I
So Blackbird looks
Even
over at
I would
Dingo.
say even Raphael didn't see how I suddenly get in.
Wasn't paying
Uh,
attention.
Blackbird looks over at Dingo. You're really gonna have to teach me how you do that.
I just show her the note I found.
Sure. So basically, that is tied in with your roll that you had rolled. So you rolled an 8 for your.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what I was giving you there. So that's your.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nothing for it.
Yeah, I feel like Cash might be DC. His face
What?
hasn't. Oh, you're still there.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. I just
uh,
wanted to make sure your face literally has not moved from that facial expression. I was like, you're either really good at holding a straight face, or you got DC'd, and I can't tell.
I think my camera might be.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
'cause-
I just wanted to make sure you were still here hearing this stuff. So
Yeah, no, because I'm seeing what you're saying, and yeah,
Okay.
no, it's not my face right now.
yeah,
But I can hear everything.
I was like, damn, he's good at that. So okay, so Dingo comes up to you, shows you this piece of paper. I'm going to have you roll on your sharp to see if you know what it means, in terms
Okay.
of being able to read what it means for. Okay, cool. So you read it. You can kind of tell that it's from B because of the stupid ass signature that's on the bottom. You're just like, kind of like roll your eyes at it, and you're like, come on. A moderate size. It's probably got about I'd say like 6 to 8 different little houses that kind of make up D block. So there's so that's kind of what is I guess what you kind of pull from that note. So um,
Um. Okay, so like, but we do know where D block is. It's just
Correct.
big.
yeah, well, it's not that it's big. It's just that, like, if you were just to go and knock on everybody's doors, you may not be greeted with the most friendly. Like I said, this
Right.
location is kind of in the outskirts, and it's not that they're hostile towards you. They just don't appreciate just random people coming up and being like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Where in the outskirts? Could you show
yeah,
it?
absolutely can. Let's see here. There is a lot of chat going through Roll20.
Anyway. So yeah,
Yeah.
Blackbird studied the note, kind of smirked and rolled her eyes a little bit when she saw the signature. And yes, we'll totally go to meet him.
Okay. So let's see here. So D block, we're gonna say is. I gotta figure out. We're gonna say it's probably. Let's see what we got here. Come on, colors. There it is. We'll say that it's the section right down here by. It's the section that's closest to Raphael's house, right?
Mhm.
And so the way that the houses are set up, like I said, it's so in terms of like the alleyways and stuff for Dingo to be able to pass through. So you've got a house here, and a house here, here, and here? Like I said, everything here is they didn't really go for any kind of functionality since most of this is built up with like dumpsters and such. So in between each house, there's a small space, and then this is kind of like right down the center here is probably like the middle road. So
Okay.
yeah.
So are those like 6 squares inside? Are those like all the houses in the area, or
Yeah, like each area is kind of separated into blocks essentially. There's 4 blocks, one in each kind of corner for like the poor district, I guess. So
All right.
yeah, so there's that section. There's probably one in the upper left, upper right, and then lower right.
well, me and Blackbird are kind of are pretty likable. So maybe if we went down there and like split up, we could maybe get some answers.
Sure, absolutely.
Totally.
Okay.
Raphael and
Yeah.
Dingo, are you guys going with them, or are you just gonna hang out? What are you guys doing?
You know what? I'll go with them for support.
Okay.
I got my
I
big ass guns
start-
that I haven't
yeah.
installed game. So yeah.
And Dingo?
I start my own little investigation
Okay.
by reaching into the maelstrom.
Ah,
Ooh.
Oh.
I like
Yay!
it.
Yes,
Cool.
my first chance
Yeah. Okay.
to get experience.
So before you roll on that, tell me what is it like when Dingo reaches into the maelstrom.
Dingo looks for a mirror or something that reflects himself, and he stares into his mask, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So just to kind of preface it, when you guys reach into the maelstrom, this is like it's a couple of minutes of activity in terms of like what you guys see or feel or whatever may happen, right? But in terms of like people watching you, it's only like a second or so. So it only looks like you kind of like lost focus in the conversation, and it's like one of those, oh, I'm sorry, what did you say kind of things, So just so you understand kind of like the time lapse. So let me see here. Go ahead and roll against your weird and mark experience.
Yep, 6.
Okay,
That is
so
a fail.
yeah, so you you look into this mirror and you start to try and oh shit. Good old Skype, man. That's okay. We're probably gonna wrap it up after this. Wow, that was interesting.
Ah,
That was so strange.
psychic maelstrom.
Yeah, Psychic Maelstrom just kind of kicked us all in the butt here. Let's wait for everybody to get connected. What I'll do is I'll finish up telling about what happens here, and then we'll probably go ahead and call this session. All right, we got James, Anthony, and Danny's back. Okay. So what I was saying, guys, is that I'll finish up saying what the what this Psychic Maelstrom did, and then we'll go ahead and probably call the session here, and then
Sure.
then we'll pick it back up the next time we discuss. But we'll get to that in a minute. So I just don't feel like fussing with all this stuff again for another half an hour or so.
Yeah.
So anyways, so they he looks into this mirror and kind of fades out, and all of this kind of like cloudy, it's like purple and black, right? And it just kind of
Yep.
fills up your mind, and you're trying to focus on any one object, but it doesn't seem like you can get the concentration. Maybe you haven't filled up your kill quota for the night or something. whatever it may be that's preventing you from having this focus, though, it's just, as quickly as it enters your mind and you try and grasp on one thing, it escapes it just as quickly, and yeah, you have to pull back out. So make sure you marked experience for that, though.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so what we'll do is we'll call it here because of the annoyance that Skype is, and we will pick it back up the next time the session goes. For those of you in the chat, I hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed the session. It's definitely different, and it's a new learning process for me and something I'm trying to feel out, but hopefully you guys liked what you saw, and we'll be back for the next one. To James, Bjorn, and Danny, thank you guys, and Anthony, thank you guys so much for coming on and agreeing to be a part of this campaign. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, not a problem.
Heck, it did.
Yeah. If you guys hang tight on Skype, I will be right back with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream, and then we can talk about the next session.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you guys so much again for watching. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. The next session will be a little less convoluted, I think. I think we're all kind of, like I said, I'm still trying to feel out as an MC kind of what I'm going to be doing or supposed to be doing. But it is moving, I guess, a lot better than I expected it to, in terms of at least keeping things going. So, oh shoot, I forgot. If you guys want to do shout outs, if there's anything that you want to tell the chat, any ways to get in touch with you if they have questions or anything like that, or just want to, like I said, if you guys do any kind of work online or anything like that, you're more than welcome to plug any kind of channels or anything. Anthony, we can start with you since I know that you've got stuff that you can plug. So I cannot hear you though.
Oh, how about now?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah.
Okay, here, I'll turn up the gain a bit. Is that
Yeah.
a lot better? Or... Okay.
You're good.
Okay, so yeah, I do the live streaming thing like Peter, twitch.tv/Anthony Tofu. I play a lot of like World of Warcraft PvP. I do a lot of 2v2 arenas with my friend Cassidy. And I also do like an interactive and informative Hearthstone stream at least twice a week. So yeah, follow me and I'll Slicky Johnson. Know how it goes. That's it.
Danny, you want to go next?
Sure. Thank you all for listening. I don't have a Twitter or Twitch or anything like that, but as you can see beneath my name there is a way to get in touch with me if you guys have any questions or comments about this game or my character.
James?
Hope you'll be around for the next go round.
Yeah, I don't really have anything going on right now.